Welcome to SGA Live. We're so excited, and we have some fun stuff coming up this week and in the soon months to come.
Yes.
But guys, we're going to go over some announcements. We also have a special guest today, Miss Savannah Dockins, so we're really excited to bring her on as well.
Mm-hmm. So first things first, let's talk about NSLS. So NSLS just inducted a lot of new members. So congrats to those guys for working hard to become better leaders around campus. I think that's a really productive organization, so congrats, guys. Also, NSLS, on October 20th, which is Tuesday of this week, in Harris Business Building 101 at 6 p.m., they will be doing a live stream event featuring Bill Nye. And he's going to be talking about the science of success. So if that sounds interesting to you, it is free. So come out on Tuesday night to Business Building Room 101 at 6 p.m. and you can hear Bill Nye talk.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Have fun
So really exciting about that. And glad and so thankful for NSLS putting on so many events like that we are able to go out to.
Definitely.
Next up, we have some dates to remember. Registration for the spring of 2021. Yes, that's right around the corner. What in the world? It opens Wednesday, October 21st. I know last week we said it opened on the 19th, but we did have an email sent out about that, and then it did move a little bit. So this Wednesday, October 21st, you are able to go ahead and start registering for classes for the spring semester. Mm-hmm. On November 3rd, it is going to be the last day to withdraw from a class, or if you are struggling in a class and you need to withdraw, that last day is going to be on November 3rd. November 24th, traditional ground classes are completed. So we are done with the fall semester. 2020 is almost over, guys. So excited.
It's going to be soon.
But next up is going to be November 25th. The original students must check out for their winter break. So that, with that being said, if you're coming back to campus, you need to be moved off of campus. Mm-hmm. Also, if you're a residential student and you are not registered for 2021 spring classes, you'll be required to vacate and move all of your belongings out of your hall or apartment, so that we can get everything settled that way. But make sure you're registered for classes so we can make sure that you're back on campus next semester.
Yes, that would be tough.
Yes. All right, next up we are going to bring in Miss Savannah Dockins as our special guest. She is the director of our ACE Lab. She's going to answer a few questions about ACE, but also we're going to ask her one simple question and get a little advice from her.
Yeah, so first things first, we'd love to know, so what was your biggest transition from high school to college?
Okay, so when I first hear that question, I think of three main things that were a big adjustment for me. So the first one is that I realized when I got to college, I actually had to study.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I was definitely that high school student that I took harder classes. I did take AP classes, but I just did what I had to do to get by, and I did really well. Mm-hmm. And I realized that's not the case in college, especially when you get into classes for your major. They are more difficult, which they should be. I realized that I'll never forget this, it was my sophomore year with Dr. Wright, and the class was Chaucer in the Medieval Studies, which is a really difficult class. Yeah. And I realized after that first quiz that I actually have to read the books that he assigns, and it's going to take more time than just me being in class. I have to do extra work.
Definitely.
And I realized that I have to know why I'm learning what I'm learning, how does it apply to life, and I had to receive help from other people. I couldn't just do it myself. I really needed to seek out that help. Specifically with writing, I realized I need to get people to proofread my writing. I thought I was this great writer when I was in high school, and I realized I'm really not that great of a writer. But that's okay. It was a humbling experience for me, and I realized that it doesn't matter where you are in your academic journey, you can always receive help from other people.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, on that subject, I really struggle with that. That's something that I actually struggle with, going to that thing, making that first initial step, going to the ACE Lab, because I have a little bit of an anxiety build up about that. I don't like people to read my papers because I just feel like I'm struggling in that subject, and I really don't like to admit that I need help.
Right.
But after I do admit it and they help me, the grades go up, so it helps so much better.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I know it's hard because you want to take it personal when you see the red markings all over your paper. You don't like me as a person, but that's not the case at all. It's constructive criticism, and it's good to have. So that's the first main thing I think of. But secondly, I also think time management was a really hard thing for me to learn. Because I consider myself a social butterfly, and I want to be involved with everything, but I also want to do really well with my classes, and so you have to learn how to manage that time. Make a list of what's most important to you, and make sure that you're keeping track of your priorities. And it's you can be involved and do all these other great things, but you have to manage your time really well also. So, yeah, I actually even started getting ocular migraines when I was in college. Aww. And I know that's from stress and not getting enough sleep and probably watching Netflix in my dorm room in the dark, which is not good for your eyes. Yeah. So, time management was definitely a huge piece. And then a last little funny story I have what I learned about friends. So when I lived in the apartments, I lived with 3 of my very best friends. I'm in all of their weddings, actually coming up like back to back to back. Ooh. Yeah, I know. So we decided we were going to take all of our beds and put them in the living room and have like a giant sleepover. And it was great.
Fun.
Yeah, it was great the first night. But we just left the beds there because we were lazy. We're like, well, let's just keep this up. And we did it for like a week. And then we started fighting and kind of, bickering with one another. And we were like, I think it's time that we go back to our room. So I realized you also can have really great friends, but you need to have some alone time as well. So
definitely.
Learn when to separate yourselves so that you remain friends. Yes. That you don't end up disliking each other. So
that's a skill.
That is a skill. Relationships are important, and that you'll carry that with you for the rest of your life. So I think that's a good thing to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was great advice.
Thank you so much. I really like that.
You're welcome.
Can you share with us more about ACE?
Yes, I can. So, for those that don't know, the ACE is in Brooks Hall, which is it's right smack dab in the middle of the hall. That's kind of odd, but that's where we are right now. And the walls are painted a really dark blue, so you'll know you're in the right spot, and there are computers all in there. Okay. But that's where the ACE is. You can use it for a lot of different things. You can use it to print for free. You can use it for a quiet place to study. But really, we want you to come in there to have an appointment, or to create an appointment, have a tutoring session with someone to help you with your academic studies. So, the ACE is a great place for that. And our tutors are nationally certified, and they're trained. So you can rely on them, and it does work. I promise it works. If you stick with it, they really do help you at least understand the material better, or maybe they just help you learn how to study. Maybe that's what you're struggling with. Yeah.
Also, how do you go about registering for those?
Yes, so you can register and create an appointment through the Faulkner app. So if you go to the Faulkner app and you scroll, you'll see the icon for the ACE, and you click on that, you click create an appointment, and there's a link right in the middle. If you click on that, you can register for an account, and then you can create an appointment. And that will solidify that you actually have a session.
Awesome. Yeah.
And, there's one more thing. We're doing an activity for Halloween. So we have an interactive bulletin board in the hall right outside the ACE. And it has academic questions all over it from all different kinds of subjects. And there are basic level questions, intermediate level questions, and advanced level questions. So if you want to just try and guess what the answers are, you can, and you get candy if you get it right.
Hey, free candy.
Who doesn't want free candy?
Awesome.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Fun. Yeah.
We really do thank you, Miss Savannah, for coming out and helping us with this interview.
Thanks for asking me.
Last but not least, we are going to do our giveaway for our Eagle Bucks we do weekly. We draw 2 names out of our little bucket. This week we have a Halloween bucket. Normally it's a little metal tin, but we're going to draw 2 names out of those. So if you don't mind drawing those for us, and if you do win, please email us by the end of the week. So you have till Friday at 5 p.m. to email us. And that email is sga@faulkner.edu to claim your Eagle Bucks, and those will be put onto your account.
Okay, so just draw.
Yeah. Pick
all right.
Whatever two.
Okay, I'm not going to look. I don't want you to think I'm looking. Okay, you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Connor Gilpin.
Okay.
Connor
Gilpin. Congrats.
That's the middle name, right? Connor
Davis Gilpin. So you have one Eagle Bucks.
Congrats. Come by the ACE.
And get free candy.
All right, Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith. All right, Tyler Wayne Smith. You also won 10 Eagle Bucks. If you will please email us. That email is sga@faulkner.edu. And to make sure you claim those. And once again, you have until Friday at 5 p.m.
Perfect. Well, I think that's it for this week. We can't wait to see you next. And that's going to be SGA Live signing off. Soar Eagles!